There are at least 5,500 people seeking asylum in Victoria, and many are not eligible for income support or any government funding. Many, like Thomas, find themselves homeless.
Back in Nigeria, where I come from, I practice as an architect and I do mainly design and construction. Also, I do paintings. I work on different mediums. What I experienced when I first came here was quite difficult for me. No income, no work, no subsidy from anywhere. I was having issues with accommodation, and to the point I was homeless.
Stories like Thomas are not uncommon. How are we to respond as the people of God in this land we call Australia? In Ezekiel 47, God instructs his people to accept refugees and afford them the same foundations of economic security that they themselves enjoy, to treat them as equals. They shall be to you as citizens. Jesus echoes this same command in the parable of the Good Samaritan. The Good Samaritan who came to the aid of someone not from his own tribe, but rather a stranger in need of help. Including the stranger and welcoming the refugee is a powerful biblical ethic and a practical expression of the love of God and the mission of Jesus that is threaded through so many parts of the New and the Old Testaments. As you think of your own missional calling, as a community of followers of Jesus, what does it mean for you to give welcome and hope to people like Thomas?
Since 2008, Baptcare Sanctuary program has provided housing and support to people seeking asylum. In 2015, community-based housing was added to the program. Sanctuary and Houses of Hope have supported around 600 people seeking asylum since the program's inception. Baptcare receives no government funding for this housing service, and we need help to continue this work.
We've invested our heart, soul and funds into the Sanctuary and Houses of Hope program for the last 14 years. Unfortunately, we find ourselves unable to continue to support the Preston Rooming House at its current or anticipated future costs. It's with heavy hearts that the Board of Management have made the difficult decision to close the Preston Rooming House in February 2022. We remain committed to playing our part to support people who came to Australia to seek refuge. We will continue to support the 80 people seeking asylum in the Brunswick Rooming House and our 16 Houses of Hope in the community. Community-supported housing is a great way to have more people involved in supporting the individuals and families at risk. Closing Preston will reduce the amount of housing services available to people seeking asylum, but our hope, with your help, is to grow the number of Houses of Hope so that we can care for even more people than we're currently doing. But we can't do this alone. We need help from partners like you.
As a caseworker, we are working with our residents to support them in living in our community in the most effective way they can, that they are living safely and comfortably and finding all of the supports and resources that they need to be able to do that. Typically when residents first move in, there can be some very immediate and quite urgent needs, some very fundamental needs.
Getting involved in a House of Hope is an incredibly enriching experience. You get to travel alongside people who are really struggling to survive in Australia. You're meeting real needs and you grow as a church.
Houses of Hope has been an incredibly positive experience for my church. It's given us an opportunity to put our faith into action. And the relationships between our volunteers and the members of the church and the women and their children in our Houses of Hope has just been so positive. We really love them, and Houses of Hope has been such a gift to us.
Together we can make a difference to people like Yasmin.
Well, I'm from Burma. I'm a Rohingya, Bengali Rohingya. Burma is not safe for the Rohingya people. I was pregnant, so I was living in there, and when that happened, like they start telling us like, leave from here, you don't belong to us here. You make Burma like very dirty, so they killed them. They burned their houses. Before we left, the broker said the journey will be safe and easy to get there. From the first day, we realized that the journey is not a safe thing.
Together we can make a difference to people like Yasmin. Will you partner with us to help?